I.S.S. It's a new movie that just came out 2024, and I love space movies, so I had to do a review. In this video, we're going to take a look at the preview for I.S.S., and I want to give you guys my opinion after watching the movie. What did I think? Because if you're really into space movies and things of that nature, like of the future, that's what interested me. That's what got me to go to the movie theater to check it out. And I wanted to share my opinion with you guys on what I thought about the movie. But let's take a look at the preview and then we'll talk more about it. So we're all on the same page. And if this is your first time to Fisticuff, go to Verbal on Life. I'm trying to grow my channel, try to do my best. But I'm going to need your support. All right. So stay watching throughout the whole video. So like that, the YouTube algorithm can recommend my video to other people. You know how it is. And if you don't, just watch the full video. What I want to do is this. I want to play the preview and I want to give you guys opinion and pause it every now and then. Tell you what I thought. Because if you're like into science movies, the cinematography I think was crazy. Like crazy good. Definitely got to give the director props. It looks very good. But most people are not scientists or astronauts. So a lot of things that they did in the movie, like the floating around, because you're in space, things that cannot be fact checked, because at the end of the day, it's a movie. So all you could do is think about how they pulled it off. You know, having people floating around must have been a lot of strings. So here goes the preview.
The Russians always knock 3 times. I think it's just a superstition.
The International Space Station, at the end of the day, okay, so basically 6 astronauts. As you know, the International Space Station is a station that ran by both Russia and the United States, right? So when it comes to space, both of them are not enemies, right? They're working together. We got scientists trying to expand our reach into the universe, right? So here we have, there are 3 Russian astronauts or scientists already there. And in the movie, 3 American astronauts joined the group. So out of the Russian, there's 2 men and a female. Out of the American, there's also 2 males and a female joining the group. So now we got 6 Russians and Americans in the ship. So they really hyped it up, the plot, because while they're in space, a war starts on Earth between Russia and the United States. And also, let me give props to the fact that there were no woke nonsense in the movie. Like, the men were men, the female were females. Nobody tried to act like they're given sex. So I was happy about that. Like, let's stick to the science and people in space. Having beef with each other, okay, got it. Definitely you want to build suspense for the movie's sake. So I really enjoy that fact. But let's keep watching. As you can see, a symbol of United States and Russian collaboration. That's the ISS.
We have seen pictures, but this is.
We don't talk politics. Here we're one.
I was happy that the Russian were able to speak English, although I did have subtitles at the bottom of the movie, because when they were talking Russian, obviously, unless you're Russian, you're not going to understand what they're saying. So the subtitles at the bottom of the movie helped me out a lot, you know? And as you can see, while they were in space looking out the window, they noticed nuclear bomb being exploded on Earth. And this is where the tension builds. Check it out.
Hey guys,
Wait a minute, what the hell is going on down there?
Whoa.
We gotta get up now, guys. Let's get out.
Oh my God.
Земля, это экипаж МКС. You sent or you read?
War has broken out below. And we were told to take the ISS by any means necessary.
And you know the funny part about it? The Americans were told to take over the ISS by any means necessary, like she said. At the same time, the Russians received the message from Russia saying not to talk, not to let anybody know anything, and just to dominate and take over the ISS. So, excuse me. So they both were given their what's it called? They both were given their instructions. So that leaves it up to the viewer. Who do you think is going to do what? Who's going to dominate? Who's going to follow through and dominate the ISS? Here we go.
If we got orders from our government to take control,
What do you suggest we do now?
the Russians got the same orders as us. And they just struck first.
Struck first. Mutually. We're evolved species.
So the tensions in the movie built from the fact that I am sneezing like crazy. I don't know why. Every time I come down to the basement of my house, I start sneezing in the middle of me recording. Okay, so I'm going to record this anyway, regardless if I'm sneezing. And I'll say this much. The tension built. The Russian got the instructions, the American got the instructions. And it's a matter of let's see who does what. Now, I didn't like how it turned out in terms of these are scientists, like well-educated people that trained all their life for this event, for this moment. And they went from being scientists to now fighting their enemies. So, quick spoiler alert. Now we have some Americans fighting some Russians. And it looks really bad. You know, like they're fighting like they're back on Earth. You know, like people hurting each other. A couple of them got killed. Only two of them makes it out and are able to go back to the United States. But that's how the movie ends. We don't see what happens. We just see them leaving the plane or leaving the ISS and going back. But we don't know where it goes from there. We don't know who makes it. We don't know who rescues them because going back to Earth, we all seen that it lands on the ocean and then a boat goes and picks them up. So still alive. All we know who are not astronauts or scientists about space is that usually when they come from ISS, they land on the ocean and a boat goes picks them up. And also that it takes time for them to get reacquainted with Earth gravity and trying to solve how to walk. They go back to that stage of life. So the fact that two made it, a man and a woman, who's gonna pick them up once they land on the ocean? You know, the ending of the movie left a lot of questions because now what? What happens when they land? You know, like who's going to be in charge of picking them up? Is it going to be the Russians or is it going to be the American? And once one of the two picks them up, Are they going to be imprisoned? Are they going to be the enemy? And how bad is World War III? You know what? This is another World War III movie because there's already 2 movies talking about World War III. Like there's going to be a problem between Russia and the United States. So now with this movie, it's another problem between Russia and the United States. And what's going to happen between the relationship with ISIS or I.S.S. due to the war. So this is election year. So there's a lot of conversations about war and why this presidential election is so important. Why we got to get a vote out. Thinking about it, this movie I.S.S., it's another one that brings it back to what would you do in your position. But I didn't like the fact that the movie turned into people fighting because, again, these are scientists, like the smartest people on Earth. You got to be super smart to get on a spaceship to go to the universe. There's so much you got to do. You got to be physical and you got to be smart. So I didn't like that fact. The fact that they ended up fighting and killing each other. Like, I don't think there's that much anger. Also, because I'm thinking that when you're in space, you're in survival mode. Period. The whole time you're there. The whole goal is to stay alive, right? You got gravity, these other things that are trying to kill you. And not only are you trying to survive for yourself, but you're trying to survive you and everybody else on the spaceship. Nobody wants to carry around some dead people or dead weight. Plus, you might need the other people on the spaceship. Just like they need you, you need them. So I don't think that getting into a fight automatically right away makes too much sense if you think about it. On Earth, it might make sense. We are here trying to figure this out. But on space, when everybody's in survival mode, everybody's super happy that they made it alive to I.S.S. And then they're super happy that they're staying alive in I.S.S. My voice is cracking. Damn it. My allergies are going away, so my talking is getting a little better. What was I saying? I'm trying to set up my camera. This sucks. For scientists, let me get my ideas out there. For scientists that are in space in survival mode, the last thing they want to do is kill an opponent without having more of a conversation about what we're going to do that our countries are in a fight. Let's get out of here and let's deal with this getting back to the United States or getting back to Earth. Because that's it. It's not a country up there. It's just outside of Earth. I think the idea is just too far for most people to comprehend or to look at it other than us versus them. Russia versus the United States. I think that's the easiest way to look at it instead of looking at it from a scientific perspective. The fact that the whole time you're there, you're in survival mode. You're getting on treadmills, you're walking, you're eating. Everything is done to the second. How much you're sleeping, how much you're walking per day, pulling weights, doing everything necessary for you to stay alive. Amazing. But you know what I want to do every time I do a video? I want to let you guys know what you think. Did any of you, if you're looking at this video, did you see the movie? Do you think the movie is worth watching? Comment below. Let me know what you think of I.S.S. Would you recommend it to somebody to go watch? I wasn't too happy with the ending. I was surprised the fact that 2 of them made it out. Given the fighting, I don't think anybody was going to make it out. I guess they needed a conflict in order to make a movie. But again, the graphics were amazing. But that's just my opinion. I keep saying but a lot. I don't know why. Well, I do. Why? Maybe my speech is limited. Comment below. What do you think of this review? Do you think you're going to go watch the movie or what? And today is Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday. One of my goals is to make at least 3 videos per day. This is my first video, a review of I.S.S. A bunch of people floating around in space. 2 men and 1 woman from the United States, 2 men and 1 woman from Russia. With that, I'm going to leave it right there. I'm going to now transition into talking about the Super Bowl that is coming up. What time is it? What time does it? All right, I'm not a football fan, so I don't even know what time the Super Bowl is going to start. I'll let you know where I'm at. My name is Noel, battling MS. Reviewing this movie because I'm really into space odysseys and space adventures. So I can't believe I sat down and saw the whole freaking movie. Not too happy with the plot. It went above and beyond science. All right. Where's the sound effects here? Yesterday, I deleted everything on my computer. I said, you know what? I'm losing 30 gigabytes of space. Let me just delete everything. And now I'm back to 0. Oh, look. Why not? Yeah, we're going to go with that background. I forgot about that background. What was I thinking? You know, when you're trying to grow a channel and you're just trying things out, you go through phases. All right, I.S.S, go check it out. I'm going to leave that background from now on. Give that a try. What is this? 100 years?
When I sleep, I see strange things.
I see dead people.
Memories?
All right, we're going to leave it right there.
Not memories. New things. I see everything.
That is not everything.
I need a monkey with a horse. That looked fun. It's about to be 20 minutes. I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.